Hey family, how you guys doing today? Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. I know it's not normal. I should have went live yesterday, but I says no, let me go live today. Had little issues and schedule busy. And y'all see you see what I named it. I named it the beautiful phase. The few, you can look at the beautiful phase of your life, the beautiful phase of whatever you're healing. And the only reason why I named it because I want to share something with you. I want to share just the audio. I don't have all that fancy technology where I can zoom and show you a video, but I just wanted to. I'm gonna let you guys listen to something, but I just want to just speak to you guys just for a little bit. It's like you. I don't know if you heard the phrase by sometimes go ahead and fix your sister's crown or fix your goddess crown or fix your king's crown. Well, people look at you and you think you doing everything right, and someone give you like a soft check. Someone actually just fix your crown. They go ahead and show you that it's crooked a little bit. Well, a couple of days ago, I got this beautiful text. I mean, you got, look, you got when you hear it, you're gonna get the beauty after. That's why I said the beautiful phase. It's called the beautiful phase. So I got a text, and it kind of like checked me because I don't know, family. Everybody like calls it maybe they may call it a how can I put it, a when you get middle age, they'll call it like you going through a crisis or you going through a midlife crisis, you're going through this change. And I didn't really look at it like that. I didn't really look at it like that because sometimes when you on go mode, and I mean 24/7 from the time that you're a child, because it's like growing up back, like, I'm 55, so growing up in the 60s, I was born in 67. So growing up between late 60s, early 70s, it's like the world was different. Your mother had to be married. She was considered, all them other words I am not going to name. But things was a little different there, but in a way it was a little more simpler. I don't know, because with technology and the world seeing everything you do, it's like back then it wasn't that much pressure, except you being a virgin and you're not married and all them other bad words. I can't really say if that's what's going on now. And I'm talking about family, your mental health. Look, I'm Herbalist Viola. This is for entertainment purposes only, but I'm gonna share a part of my story, and I just want you guys to see if it relates to you because, like the label says, getting to know you. And I had to get to know me just a little bit better because when someone soft checks you to fix your crown, ladies, kings, fix your crown, because it gets a little crooked. You're putting it on, you be like, you thinking you doing everything right, and you like, okay, everything's working. Let me get my water, let me do my fast, and let me do whatever I need to do. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is, family. You know how it is when you're out there living your life and you think you're doing right, but things is like different. Like I said, growing up in the 70s, you I think it's like you had more thick skin there because playing the dozens, it bothered you a little bit because it depends on who calls your mother fat, who calls your mother ugly or a hoe, and all them other, you know, insulting names. But back then it was like kind of normal, but not normal. Like I said, that depends on where you was. I was raised up in the Bronx. I grew up in the boogie down Bronx. So it was like, yeah, you call mother fat, you call mother hoe. It's like whatever, But compared to now, and like I said, I'm checking. I want you guys to check your mental game because I had mine's checked, like I said, a couple of days ago. I'm gonna play something that I just want you to get, and then you can see what place I was in. But like I said, I was checked, I was corrected. And, it depends on the era because you have to relate what you're going through. Sometimes you just get tired. Sometimes you don't even realize you're tired. And they want to call it depression. You be like, is it really depression? And sometimes you put words on things and you put things out in the universe and it sticks with you, then you thinking that's what it is. And really it's not. Really it's not. So during this time, it's like getting to know you, checking yourself, and just really finding out what's really wrong with you. Like I said, between, I don't know if you're an avid video watcher of mine, you noticed back in April, I was I didn't do a video for like a month. Yeah, I was packing and stuff like that, but normally I would get a video out. Normally, but it was like, I don't know, I was just more of, I'm tired. I don't want to do this. And it wasn't tired that I didn't want to put out a video or that something was going on, but it was more of, I'm just tired, and right now I just need time for myself. And like I said, when people throw out, "Oh, you depressed," "Oh, go ahead and do it. You can do it." When you're being, softly nudged, but sometimes it just get on your nerve. I mean, everything get on your nerve. You don't want to answer a text or email. You have you're saying yes to things you don't want to say yes to. You're saying no to things that you really want to do, and you having that battle with yourself. And like I said, they want to call it midlife crisis. But I got the text from my daughter. So my daughter, she always, fixing my crown. I shout out to my daughters, Quasia and Deidre. I love you, mommy, love you. But my oldest daughter, Quasia, sent me this text, and family, it blew my mind. I am not going to take, I don't know if you listen to my podcast, but I shared it on my podcast. But, I said, let me just go live because I want to reach more people. I want to reach more people and then, share a little bit more than I did on my podcast. But like I said, when I got the text, I actually just cried. I was like, is that what that is? Because sometimes, it's like you feeling some type of way and you don't want people to think you crazy. I'm already labeled with PTSD, and I'm like, well, that was a trauma or some traumas that I went through that I just can't get out of my mind. You can't just unsee it. You can change your narrative, people. And I suggest you change your narrative. I do that all the time. That's the only way I'm able to get back to sleep. But family, when you have that, you can't stop to, when you get a quick thought, like think about think about when we riding in the car and we see an accident ahead. What happened? Traffic slows down and everybody's looking when you shouldn't look, because I don't know, it's something like you just want to see. It's like instead of seeing beauty, people want to see trauma, a leg cut off or somebody's dead. I don't want to see that. I want to see beautiful. I want to see puppies. I want to see babies. Like, I'll be talking about when you go outside and you walk, I want to see nature. I want to see beauty. I want to see God's beauty. You know what I'm saying? I want to see what Mother Nature is showing. I want to see trees and flowers and the animals. I want to see cute things like that to get me in a better state of mind, because believe it or not, like I said, our bodies are beautiful. I mentioned this before. I mentioned this a couple of podcasts. A couple of videos. Our bodies is so amazing. But family, just think, your body's so amazing. Your brain sends chemicals and sends, it sends I can't even get it, sends messages through your body, and your body creates either some good stuff or some bad stuff. And you don't want cortisol. You don't want too much cortisol running through your body. And too much cortisol make you sick, make you weak, and it hurts your immune system. And like the state I was in back in April through, I want to say June, and even a little bit now, I just like cut a lot of people off, and I'm doing it for me. But like I said, this stuff runs through your body, and I just felt like in a blue mood, and it wasn't really a blue mood. It was just me, really taking that me time. Family, if we don't really get what me time is, that's same thing like with single parents. Sometimes you need that disconnect from your baby. Sometimes you need that disconnect from your children, from your spouse. You just need that time for you to get to know you, to remember you. Like I'll be telling you guys, like the ones, I just want to put this plug in with Herbalist Marion. She's a coach with Coach Marion. She has her is T2U, and y'all check it out on Facebook. I just want you guys to check it out. I want to send her a shout out because, it's like I said, as soon as she get her class, I'm going to take her class. But going back to the me time, that's you really healing. Like, ladies, going to get your nails, going to get your, pedicure, that helps. But sometimes you need more time. Sometimes you need a month. Sometimes you need, and I ain't saying being away from your family for a month. That is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, stop having that silent war inside where you're doing something you really don't want to do. You're at a place you really don't want to be at. And sometimes that can hurt you more than you're being there. I get it, you're supporting people, but it's actually hurting you because you need to take that time and get into that beautiful phase that I'm speaking of. That certain healing. And it's called, with my paper, look, I don't even know where I put it at. Where is, well, anyway, it's called restful healing. Let me fix this. It's called, like that. It's called restful healing, family. And I was like, is you sure what that is? So listen, I played this clip like 3 or 4 times. I played it 3 or 4 times so I to get it. But as I'm playing it, of course I'm crying because I said this is exactly what I need. And I want you guys to just listen. Just listen. Because I could go on and on. I want to talk after. I want to speak after, because like I said, I don't know what year you was born. I was born in the 60s, late 60s, actually 67. And between 67 and the 80s, that was my teenage years, my youth years and my teenage years. And compared to then to now, I'm glad I didn't have social media. I'm glad I didn't have social media, because some things I just didn't want to be on TV. I mean, on social media, because family, once you put it out there, is no getting it back. Once you put it out there, there's no getting it back. And you see how with the cyber bully and all this other stuff, it affects your mental health. It affects your mental health. And this video is really to check your mental health. You answer questions for yourself. And I was just trying to see what phase I was in, what was going on with me. Because I was like, I ain't having no midlife crisis. I love to go. I don't mind helping people. That's what I do. Herbalist. I don't mind. Call me anytime. Text me. When I call me anytime. I love my Saturdays and Sundays, and my Friday evenings. So, but yeah, I know Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays is when I have my consultations. That's when I do it. But Tuesdays and Thursdays is really my go day to knock out products. And y'all don't need to know my regiment, my schedule. But I just found myself pulling back. I found myself pulling back, like when I did my podcast, and I was like, man, let me not do this every day, and then it was more of, let me do the podcast and less videos, because I went dark for a month, and I'm like, Viola, you need to do this. You need to go ahead and do the video and just have some kind of presence and make sure you do something. But like I said, a couple of days ago, my daughter sent me this beautiful message, and I was like, that is how I feel. That is it. And family, don't be ashamed to go see a counselor. Like I said, we got a lot of people that, not a lot, but I'm retired military. And a lot of my brothers and sisters, my battles, we will think of suicide. Even I thought of it. We're human. We're human. We be thinking so many split thoughts, split thought seconds, or not seconds, having thoughts and having actions, but you don't really think about the after until you really think about what would you do after. And nobody wants to really say, how would it be if I'm not here? You know what I'm saying? We born, just live your life. That dash is so important. So like, if you want to, like, so, and I'm like I said on my podcast, if you feel like committing suicide, please get off my live, get on that helpline. There's a helpline, it's an 800 number, free call, and y'all speak to somebody. But anyway, family, it's good. Like I said, counselors out there. And this is a counselor that I'm getting ready to let you guys listen to, because I want you to listen. I really want you guys to get it. And if you start crying, family, cry. Get some tissue. Do what you got to do. You see, I got my tissue right here. Because I had told my daughter, I was like, was my crown that crooked? Like, did you see that? And she always checked me, family. Like I said, she always checked me. She didn't want to check me and was telling me, Mommy, just because you out of the military, used to work out all the time, make sure you tighten it up. You still could go out there and walk. You could still go out there and exercise. She did. She did. And that's why I was like, what you trying to say? And then she was like, hey, check out this guy, Herbalist Kareem. And I'm like, I can relate to this brother. But anyway, rest is history with that. But for us family, it's it's I know we have a lot of people. So before I show the let y'all listen to this, I know it's a lot of people who are like the black sheep of the family, or who's the one who's always keeping the family up on events and taking care of. But we got to worry about who's taking care of you. We have to have that outlet. Me, it's like I'll meditate or do whatever, blast some music, fall on my beanbag. I can't show y'all fall on my beanbag, but y'all know I be falling on my beanbag to make me, fill my cup. And then, you have some friends that you talk to, talk to my brother, Mr. Kareem, he filling my cup, Mama D. But I'm just saying, I do that because you just got to have somebody check your mental game. And like I said, my mental game was checked by my daughter because she saw it. She saw it. I mean, she was living with me for the last 2.5 years. And she was like, Ma, what's going on? And then, like I said, she sent me this clip. And we just got to really listen to our bodies. I know, I be saying y'all suffering in silence, but we really got to listen to our body, family. And we wasn't. But in all actuality, I was listening to my body more than normal. And then I was like, man, I am on the right path. And I was like, okay. And it was not far as pat myself on the back. It was more of I kind of like recognized it with helping people going through what I go through, my experience in the military, and like I said, she checked me, and I was just happy that I didn't let it be what they thought it was, to get on some damn medication to make me more lethargic and whatever. I'm not even gonna go there, family. I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. But let me let y'all listen to it. Hey Daniela. Hey, what is it? Greatest lady 2022. All right, I like that. But grand rising to you guys. But let me let you guys listen to this because, like I said, get your tissues because this sister was serious. And I can show you the meme that I sent my daughter. It was funny. I'm gonna show it to you real quick. I don't know if you can see the crying in the pillow. That's exactly what I sent her. But I just want y'all to listen. I'm hoping the volume's up, but I just want you guys to listen. And it's a TikTok video. And it's I don't want to say the lady's name, but I just want to share. I didn't ask for rights, but it's public. So I'm going to share. So I want to turn the volume up so you guys can hear. But I just want you to just to listen because, I think it was powerful. But go ahead and listen, family.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't want to do anything. Hey girl, sit with me for a minute because I'm going to help you with this. This is a very normal phase that I like to refer to as restful healing. As a counselor in the field for 18 years and having been exactly where you are, I'm going to help you understand it. Life probably wasn't easy for you, and you probably lived a very chaotic life. And because of that, you developed parts of your personality that helped you to survive. You were probably very driven at one point, highly successful, on the go, and a goal-getter. But now you're finding that you don't want to do the things you once loved. You don't want to communicate with people. You don't want to follow up. You don't want to cook. You don't want to clean. You don't want to put makeup on because having to take it off at the end of the night is just too much. Cleaning your house or even taking care of responsibilities just seem too overwhelming and you just don't have the mental energy for it. So you start to think that something's terribly wrong with you, that you're depressed, and that you're never going to get out of this dark place. But this dark place is actually a place of restful healing. And this is where your body starts to recognize that it's safe. It no longer has to have the trauma drive to get you from point A to point B to point C. It now recognizes that everything it once did was to survive, was to make sure that you were safe and that your environment was stable. You've probably done such a good job healing up until this point that you've communicated to your brain that it's okay to rest because you got it. And because of that, your trauma drive is slowly lessening, which means that your body is coming out of fight or flight, which is giving you the opportunity to just be. We are human beings, not human doings. And so often we base our value based upon what we can externally do. And so I'm sure your self-worth is feeling really tight right now. But I want to let you know that this phase that you're in can be a beautiful phase because it's at the point in your life where you get to dictate what's coming with you on your next journey. Give yourself permission to just rest. Allow yourself to just be and give your body the opportunity to catch up with what it wasn't able to do, probably in younger years. So just know that nothing's wrong with you, that you're okay, and that this is actually a really good sign that your body knows that it can finally take that deep breath that it's been wanting to take for all those years. Keep up the good work, babe, because you're healing.
Y'all hear that? She said, keep up the good work because you're healing. Family, I listened to that, like I said, 2 times, and I was like, so nothing's wrong with me. I mean, it was so beautiful too. And that's a counselor. She's a counselor for 18 years. When I heard that, I was like, whew, woosah. I mean, family, I'm a little emotional now, but I appreciated that. And I wanted you guys to hear it and you guys to accept it because you could be going through that right now. You could be going through that. We constantly doing. We constantly on a go. I can say I've been on a go since I want to say I've been on go mode. I want to say since 5 years old. From 5 years old, I saw my daughter, my sister was sick. You know, she had sickle cell anemia. My mom, we was always in the hospital. I don't know if you know what sickle cell anemia is. I'm not really trying to put my business out there, but I was always on go mode. I would help my mother cook at 5. I used to love washing dishes. I still love washing dishes. I would clean, and I don't do that normal clean you do. My clean is is that spring cleaning you do, like get down, do the baseboards. That's me. That's my normal. People are like, you all right? And they be insulting me, to me, your house is like a museum. I'm like, what you trying to say? You know what you trying to say. But anyway, that's what I mean, go mode. So, and it's like, not saying it was real chaotic, but I was like, I can't be like my mom and dad. I got to do the opposite. I got to do this. I got to do that because we always want better for our kids. We want better for our lives. And I was like, I don't want to live with food stamps. Some of that stuff, it's embarrassing. But again, it's like, shoot, if I get some food stamps now, I'll be like, got some food stamps. I'm not going to lie. I know I'm cutting up. But seriously, family, seriously, listen to that. It checked my mental state. Because I was like, I am doing right. I need to continue. I need to step back because what I was doing before isn't necessary. It's not required as much. So I can sit back, give myself permission. I mean, we can give ourselves permission to take the damn day off, a week off, a month off, and be like, I ain't doing that. I mean, it's like, you'd be like, man, I was go. And like she said, we're human beings, not human doers. And I don't know who can relate to that. But it was just so relieved just hear that. She says, you're in a beautiful phase. And I'm like, I accept that. But I was crying. I was like, let me listen to it again. I listened to it again because it gave me permission to take care of me. It gave me that permission to say, hey, you did as much as you can. And sometimes you feel like you're not doing enough. Because, some people judge it on the income and this, and we don't really sit back and look at what we accomplished. Because it's not really as far as what you accomplished, as far as, are my kids or my daughters good? Did I set them up? Because, you hear so many things about how you failed your kids and you should be sitting on, like at my age, they say I should have more than $250,000 in there. If you think about it, they say I should have $1.5 million in the bank right now. If you look at what your budget is for a year, what your bills are, you'd be like, wait a minute. So that's what my retirement check is. And it's like, damn, some of us ain't even got $1,000 in the bank. And it's not that. It's just how it affects your mental game, how it affects your mental health right now. Like we still in this demic. They got the chicken pox. I can say that word, but y'all get what I'm saying. They got the chicken pox. Fix that. Y'all know. Going around and you be like, is it going to be another lockdown or y'all going to mess with my money? If that's not mental and you in this pandemic and this and that, and it's like, you got to stay on go mode. Ain't no time to sit back. Ain't no me time. Ain't no really no me time. But then you look at it as, whew, y'all know that song, You Did a Good Job. Y'all know that video, you be like, you did a good job. You're doing a good job. I ain't gonna say the word, but I'm gonna say it on my podcast. I'm gonna talk about it later. But and you just, I don't know. All I'm saying is, if you want, I'll play it again at the end, so some people can hear it at the end. But I was like, thank you. I needed that. I needed that because I was thinking, why I don't want to cook. I was like, I don't want to get out of bed sometimes. I was like, I don't want to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I give myself permission to do nothing. And I was like, man, how long is this funk gonna last? How long is this gonna last? And then when I'm listening to the therapist, and she was like, you're doing good, and keep on doing good. I don't know if you guys heard it. I don't know if you guys appreciated what she was saying. Like I said, I'll bring it at the end. But it was more of, I don't know. It was more of me listening to my body, me checking myself, me going back and playing my life, playing my life over. Because like I said, my mom's a single parent of 3 kids, and my sister was always sick. And me and my brother, we was like, and when we would go to the hospital, my sister was sick, we would run around the hospital, not really terrorizing, but we didn't know no better. We didn't know no better. And when your life is like always in the hospital, it does stuff to you. It does stuff to you because each time the doctor sat us down and said, your sister is going to die. And we looking like, ain't nothing going to happen to Prince. She going to be all right, But then it messes with your psyche because, like I said, death is like, we quick to see some violence instead of seeing beauty things and always thinking violence. And every time you go into the hospital, you like, you think about with the doctor, because it seemed like every year the doctor sits us down and say, your sister's going to die. She's not going to make it past 10. And I'm like, well, next year she's going to be 11. So we looking is my sister going to pass? My sister lived till she was 33 years old, family. 33 and had a daughter. So, the beauty of, or making liars out of them. That's what I was just saying, because you don't think that traumatizes a kid to sit someone down and say, about death. And they like, well, what is death? Then you answer these questions. And then back then it was shut up. Children needs to be seen and not heard. Y'all know back in the day, y'all know that. And you always going to church, So, Tuesday, Wednesday. It's like it seemed like from Tuesday, and then you had a Friday off. So you in church every day except Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. But every other day, you in church. You're like, man. But anyway, like I said, fam, this is about your mental health. This is you checking yourself. This is you. Are you in that funk right now? Are you feeling like you're going through a midlife crisis, but it's not depression? It's not. It's not. It's actually you listening to your body. You taking that step back. You actually taking that healing time you need. And that's that restful healing. That's you feeling so bogged down to where you like, wait a minute. I need to not take this phone call. I ain't answering that text. I ain't cooking. It's going to be, if you got a significant other, hey, I need you to pick up the slack. And it's you barter. You got to barter. So whatever it needs for you to get that healing, that restful healing. Like I was like, man, playing that clip. And I mean, of course, I played it a couple of times. If y'all need the tissue, please let out. Let yourself cry. Let yourself purge. Like I was talking in the podcast, you want to purge. Family, there's nothing wrong with purging. There's nothing wrong with crying. Just like you need the detox. Your lymphatic system need a detox. Your whole body need a detox. You crying. Sometimes you need that release. Like, I don't know if you know it, like people, they box. That's a good release. Hitting the pillow. Me, I jump on my bean bag. But they actually have these rooms to where, and I don't know if it's in your city or somewhere around you, where you can go and, break that, break glass or, hit down a wall, take a mallet and hit down, or, knock down a wall. Of course, you got protective gear on because that glass is sharp and you don't want to get in your eye. But those things are beneficial. Those things are what you actually need. Sometimes we just need to scream. If I could scream right now, I would. But sometimes we need that, family. Sometimes we need that because we need to get that release. You just need that release. Like you talking about going swimming, and this is the main reason why you need to take vacations, because y'all know y'all don't be taking vacations. And I'm not talking about vacations to go stay at your mama house and go hang out with your family. I'm talking about a real vacation to where it's just you and either your girls, your boys, your children. And sometimes that's where you need the vacation. And not saying your kids are bad. It's just that sometimes you need that where you're not worrying about it, or did they have dinner? And sometimes you can stay in and treat yourself to eat in, or have somebody serve you. Have someone serve you. Have a day where you do absolutely nothing, except go to the bathroom or brush your teeth and feed yourself. But sometimes you want to do absolutely nothing, because like when she was saying how you only want to cook, sometimes you only want to take a shower. Now, if it go too long when you got to take a shower, then it's something else. But y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying, because a lot of us have this battle, this war within, and we're like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to do this shit. Why I'm here, and you don't want to get too much in that blue space, and you don't want to get too much being alone, but you still need that time to have that alone time, have that me time to get back to you. And I mean to get back to you and realize that you are right. You are right. Because look, if y'all don't understand how the answers are within, the answers are within. And like I said, your body tells you. We just got to listen. We just got to listen, family. And we really got to listen. Like I said, we having these silent wars. Sometimes you be so mentally drained, mentally tired. And I mean mentally tired to where, things trigger you, the kids usually aggravating you, and you be like, can I just get some silence? Like, especially when we send them to bed early or we send them to a party. Because I remember when, in the military, I be trying to do my counselings. I don't know, senior non-commissioned officers, we got to do counseling statements. And I'm like, let me just do this counseling. So I would definitely send my daughter skating. I'd be happy to send her skating because in Maryland, I don't know if y'all know, in Columbia area, they had the CY, they have the Columbia Association where they have they have ice skating, roller skating, parks and gyms, and all that was free. Well, not free. You pay a monthly fee, but it's like family. You pay $70. That was like the best $70 that I was spending every month. And it was like great because there was so many trails. And that's why I miss about Maryland. They had so many activities. But my daughter would go skating every Friday, every Saturday. She'd just swipe her card. And I'd be like, good. Because, plus she was active, active with her friends, social life. Both my daughters was out there. But, that was just me. And I'm looking at the, whatchamacallit. You said you watched a sad movie. Oh, good. No, that does that. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, BJ. That does help. Just like, I'm not gonna lie. I be watching my Little House on the Prairie. I be thinking little things being there, and I love watching. Like when I did watch the Lifetime channels, y'all know I be in there tearing you up. Shoot, just the stuff that's going on now be tearing you up. But yes, just to release those tears. Anything that you can do, family, anything that you can do to get yourself to, like, I don't like to use the word purge because that movie's just horrible, but we need to purge our system. We really need to go in there and just release, release. And, I'm not going to get into other things, but we still need to take that time. We need to take that time and get to know ourselves. Like, I know we can go take a bath, go in there and do the Calgon, take me away. But sometimes you just need a little bit more because your mental game's off. You're mentally tired. And I don't know if you, like I said, if you're in that funk right now, you actually taking the time and you recognize it, and I appreciate that, and I love you for that. I'm glad that you actually saying, well, dang, I got all these questions, let me find the answers. And if that wasn't questions and answers for me, and it socked me in the gut, and I'm like, man, I needed that. And it was just, I just thought it was beautiful. Like, I thanked my daughter, and I was like, thank you for fixing my crown. It was a little crooked. And sometimes we got to take it off, family. Sometimes we got to take it off and let it be off for a little while, because sometimes that crown get heavy. Ain't that right, my guys and my goddesses? Don't that crown get heavy, kings and queens? That crown can get too much. You be like carrying it, and you carrying it. It done fell, and you caught it, and it's like it's on my back. You got it on your back, and them bags. You like the bag lady. Y'all know that. Got all these bags, all this stuff that we carrying. The children, the food, the bills. Did you remember to pay the bills? Did you turn the light off? Did you get the AC service? So much stuff is on us. And then with the chicken pox, you don't want to get that. And seeing if you want to get tatted and non-tatted. So it's a big much. It's a bit much. And then, losing loved ones, and a lot of things just get on your back. And then you just need to go, look, I don't want to do nothing, and that's the way I was feeling. Like my sister, she was like, I don't want to do nothing. I'm like, I can relate. And, listen to the counselor. And let me tell you, there's wonderful counselors out there, family. Don't think there isn't, but there's wonderful counselors that we could really jive with, with the VA, all right. Let me change the subject on that one. But there are some good counselors, don't get me wrong. Sometimes I be kidding, but there are some counselors out there. And sometimes we need that, like my daughter, if she ain't my counselor, because like I said, she gave me permission to take the crown off. And I'm like, hold that for me for a little bit, because mommy gonna be all right. Mommy gonna be all right. I'm out here cleaning my yard. I got my garden going. I don't know if you have seen my garden. I did post a video. And, it's still growing, family. I'm still getting my cucumbers. I'm just waiting for my berries. My berries come up and be happy. But that helps. That helps. Being in that soil. I mean, sometimes I look, I got these blue boots. Is it blue? I got to show you my blue boots. But all that's good. Sometimes I take my boots off. My mom like, you all right? You all right? And then I think it was yesterday. Today is? Thursday. Thursday I was in there in the garden in my hands with no gloves on. Then I saw these snakes. I said, what the hell? So family, be careful, because them things are tiny. If they moving real fast, and sometimes it could be a worm, but this wasn't. Because like I learned from Mama D, Purple Sage Healthy Living, thank you. She was talking about if you see the head, and the head is like a diamond shape or not a round, any other shape except round is poisonous. I said, what the hell? And I'm looking, I was like, all right, that is a poisonous snake. So, I checked myself. But anyway, that's just a moral of why I'm doing this video is I was checking my mental game, and I'm like, I'm going to continue. No, I'm still in the funk. I'm still in this phase. Yes, I do more live, but I'm doing it because I want to do it. Not that I have to do it or you better do it. So I'm checking myself a little bit more. I'm doing what I just want to do. And I'm like, yeah, it feels good. Because when we put that pressure on us, and family, sometimes we put pressure that we don't even need on us. Yeah, I know we put that pressure that it was like overthinking. We put this pressure, and we overthinking, and we're like, man, what was I thinking? Why did I make this harder than what it is? Why did I make this harder than what it is? And then when we do make things harder and do put that pressure, because sometimes you just got to say, no, I'm not doing it. I, gave myself permission. Now that I know it's not depression, now that I know I'm not crazy, I know it's not that PTSD, because I'm sleeping all right. And sometimes I want to sleep a little bit longer. And I'm like, so, and then when I'm hearing a counselor, I'm like, all right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm listening to my body. And that's what I want you to do. That's what I want you to do, family. Listen to your body. Because look, like I said, I'm an herbalist. This is, I got to put that disclaimer in there. I'm not a counselor. I'm just showing you what happened to me. And it got to the point to where I could sit on the couch for 4 hours, or I would not talk. I mean, not talk for like 6 hours. And I mean, not even saying a word, not even nothing. And I was like, you know, but I didn't feel off. I just felt like exhausted. I don't know if you ever felt exhausted and you just need to just sit there and just look, just think, don't overthink it. Just, you know, be quiet. To me, that was like a meditation with my eyes open, sitting on the couch. And then it was more of me having my mind rest that actually cleared me up. Yes, I do the meditation, but it was just the mental relaxation is what it was. My mind needed that rest. My mind was constantly going. My mind needed that, that breathing, that, it just needed that. And I'm wondering, do you need that? Because what place in your life are you in? Like I said, when I was like thinking about depression, I'm like, do I need to get back to counseling? Do I, and then, I went on, I signed up for a couple of counselings. I'm not going to put it out there. I signed up for like a couple of counselings. Actually, not putting it out there. I just forgot which one my somebody, my daughter recommended to me. It was like, it's a well-known counseling. I mean, it had a real savvy name. My mind just gone. That's why I said the VA. But the VA lets you outsource, to sometimes you just don't want too much people in your business. Sometimes you just want some privacy. Sometimes you just want that. Can I say this without you putting me in a hospital? Because, well, like I said, back in 2015, 2014, forgot what year it was. Because sometimes we embarrassed and we ashamed. So we kind of like bury stuff. We compartmentalize and bury it real deep down in our heart. And we like, it needs to come up and be out and just be open. And we just need to let it out. But anyway, I don't know. Like I said, the year, I'm pretty sure I look at my medical records, I can tell you between 2014, 2015, I realized that there was an issue. And I was like, you've been thinking about suicide. So I went and talked. So when you do that, the military, which is only right, family, it's only right. And I actually appreciate it, looking back now. But back then, I'm like, I'm a senior non-commissioned officer. I can't stay here. And I was mad because she wasn't talking to me and she on a phone. And I'm like, I was like, what the hell did I just do? What the hell? I just wanted to talk to somebody. But when you mentioned some key words, family, when you mentioned key words, it was good. So I was admitted, no shame. Now I was admitted. So, and the rest is history. I'm here, I'm still here. And I'm still, how can I put it? I'm still, from the things that I was taught, I'm still using them, and you don't realize it. So when you see yourself or feel yourself, or check yourself. Sometimes we have mates. Sometimes you have that special mate that check you already. Like I said, I had my daughter. So who's really checking you? How's your spouse? How's your children? Who's in your family? Who's your best friend that's not gonna lie to you? That's gonna tell you it's okay to take that crown off. Who y'all have in your life? Who in there to lift that burden, lift that bag off your back? Who's that to check you? Who's that to catch you and fill up your cup? Everybody needs that. I mean, family, everybody needs that. Everybody, and it's not their responsibility, but when they see it, family, don't get insulted. Just like if somebody tell you, if you stink, your breath stink, at least and you can go ahead and fix it. So the next person say, "Ooh, look at you kind of crazy." Because I remember a couple of times you rushing, you like, did I put deodorant on? That's why I be keeping it in my car. And men, that's why sometimes our bags are heavy. But women, keep it in your car except when it's too hot. We got to take that out because it melts. It melts. I'm just telling you, it melts. But I know the one that I have in a jar. No, I don't sell my deodorant, but my jar, I have a tight lid. So sometimes I don't care if it melts because I know it's going to harden back, but it doesn't melt to where it dissolves real bad. So I can leave mine because the one I made, handmade is different, family. Handmade is different. But that store-bought, It's gonna be leaking all over the place. It's gonna be leaking all over the place. But anyway, but just have that extra stuff because you need it. And I'd rather somebody tell me, like I said, my daughter was like, "Ma, you're slipping," and she gets me. She gets me, and like I said, that's my rock. She be helping her mama. She be helping her mama, and I'm telling you, did I cry? Look, I cried. I cried like a baby. And one of my friends called me yesterday, and I was talking. I was talking to this person. It was so funny, and it was like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah." And it was like, "Good. I'm glad." And it was like, "You took your crown off. That's excellent." So now you're gonna have to pick it back up. You know that? Because look, y'all know that. Y'all gotta ask yourself the questions, answer, because the answer's inside. You're gonna have to pick it back up. So me, I'm already ready to pick it back up, family. I'm already ready. I may need a little more, a couple of more days. A couple of more days. And look, family, if you got women and men, if you got to go to the movies by yourself, don't be ashamed. Don't be saying to go to movies by yourself, because I do it. Don't be afraid to go and get yourself a fancy dinner, because I do that. And I gave myself permission, because we be checking our purse, I ain't got my purse. It's in the closet. But you be checking your purse, you be like, looking at our budget and be like, do I got time to do this? And sometimes we don't. Sometimes we don't. And I think that was the main reason I cut all my hair off again, because I was like, it's like I interview like 3 people, family. I know I'm wrong. I interview like 3 people, and I was still in that funk, and I'm like, I can do my own hair. And it's been 2 months. I saved me $120. It was $60. So I saved me some money. I know I'm cutting up, family. I know I'm cutting up, but you got to do what you got to do. I appreciate you, Portia. I appreciate you talking about my garden. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And I'm going to tell you, it was another one hidden under the leaf, and it was pretty big. And I was like, oh, y'all just be popping out talking about my cucumbers. But that garden really, I love it. I love it. I love that I can grow. I don't know about anybody else, but when I said I grew some vegetables that I ate, I felt like a kid. I know I was telling Carrie that on the phone the other day, and I know I sounded crazy, but I didn't care. I was like, "Ooh," and I grew some cucumbers, and they came out, and I felt like a kid. I felt like a kid. I felt like I was 7 years old, family. I don't know about y'all, but I felt like I was 7 years old, and it was something about nature that you did it, and that you did it. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, like like going somewhere the first time, but I felt so, like accomplished for some reason. I was like, I did it. I felt like a kid, and I can admit that. But that was just me, that I like a sign to me that I'm okay, that I'm not depressed, that my PTSD isn't. I really didn't need a counselor. So I'm gonna play it again, family. I don't know if you guys heard it, but I see there's more people on. I want to play it again, just so you can see exactly what I'm relating to, and see if you can relate, because what she says is very significant. Because family, a lot of us are still in that flight or fright mode. We, you fight, and you want to, you just want to either fight or run. So a lot of us are still in that, because it's demic watching these stupid commercials and the news, and you be like, do I need to go to another country? And then you're like, what's going on in that country? Then you got so many questions, and so many, you want answers, and the answers. You just sit down. If you sit down and just brainstorm, family, if you just brainstorm, you're going to see you got the answers. Just like me, I realized that I was doing exactly what I need to do. And I was like, thank you, because, it was more of, not saying I was scared, but I was like, I ain't thinking about suicide, but I do want to just do nothing. Basically, I was like, I just want to do nothing. I don't want nobody to call my name. I don't want to answer a text. If the phone ring, until I see somebody that really needs help, and I'm like, okay, you need to do this. Yes, yes, yes. And then, because you answer what you want to answer. That was the mode I was in. I did what I wanted to do, not what I have to do. It's a difference, family. I don't know if you can relate, but it's things that you just got to do versus the things that you want to do. Like, I didn't want to do my hair. Snip. I didn't want to cook. I'll do a shake. Things that it's like, it's like, not saying you don't want to be a woman or a man, but it was just a point that I said I don't want to do nothing. It's not saying I don't want to be, I still love my life. I love me, but I just didn't want to do nothing. So I'm gonna let it play again. Yes, it is. BJ, it is. It does cost a lot of money. It does. It does cost a lot of money. But do y'all want to hear it again? Do you want me to play it again? I got to ask my people. Y'all want to hear it again? Y'all see I got my grandbaby. But anybody, y'all want to hear it again? Did y'all miss it? I don't mind playing it again. I got to talk to you guys, family, because, you guys are with me. So I just want to make sure that next year I will be in Africa. Yes, next year I will definitely be in Africa. Yes, but I want to show you this video. I'm always showing my grandbaby, and yeah, I did make some soap for her. So when she turns 6 months, my grandbaby, when I look at my daughter's picture, family, when I say my daughter had herself literally, because I said, Deidre, I can't recognize Rain from your pictures to your baby pictures. And I be sitting, she'd be like, dang, Ma, you right. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to it again because it does something to you, and to know that you got the permission to take your crown off, you got permission to do nothing, and sometimes you don't realize it. Sometimes we hurt ourselves pushing sometimes past that point to where I don't know if y'all seen that movie Fracture. I don't know if you see that movie Fracture, but when you get past a point like I did when in 2015, 2014 timeframe, I actually was fractured. I can wholeheartedly admit that because I was thinking things that I didn't need to be here no more. I'm having this pain and I'm like, y'all think I'm crazy, depression, you want to give me all these pills. I don't need to be here no more. Family ashamed of me. You going through a divorce and it's like, but family, we got to give us permission, self-permission to heal. We got to check ourselves, But when you get to that point, family, when you get to that point and you feel like you fractured, it's okay. It's okay to take that time, because if y'all don't see, if y'all already know what happened to Robin Williams. There's so many people who pretend to be something that they're not. Like I said, look, I'm not a mental therapist. I'm an herbalist. I just see things in myself and I said, let me share this because I don't mind helping other people. A lot of people got questions and answers. At the end, I will answer questions, but we got those questions that we need to ask. And I'm going to tell you, family, I ain't even going to share because it's in my course, and I'm not going to share too much of my course. You got to go take that course, family. I'm not going to share too much, but anyway, you want questions answered, and I mean, you want answers right then and there, just like the thumbnail says. We got to get to know ourselves, and I mean, really know ourselves. Are you at the point to where you want to strangle somebody? You don't want to be there. You don't want to kill yourself. You don't want to be there. You want to be where you need to be, in that safe place to where you're like, you are right. You are right. Sometimes you don't need to talk. Sometimes some answers or some things just don't deserve an answer, because family, you have the right not to answer that text, not to answer that phone, not to give somebody an explanation. Because let me see. I know I had my phone on a charger. I need to put my phone back on a charger. But I found this quote that I wanted to just get over. And it says, things are how to save your heart. I'm going to play the video, fam. I'm going to play the clip so you can see it. And it's things a way to save the house. And these are things that you should do, I ain't want to hear no should, could. I ain't even want to hear, I ain't even want to hear my mom say good morning sometimes. I'd be like, it ain't no morning, tell me grand rising, little silly things. Those are triggers, sometimes you just, like I said, you just want quietness. And I can say this, sometimes it's good to be an empty nester. I know a lot of people like, I can't be without my kids. Sometimes you need that empty nest time. Sometimes you need that time to get back to, buying for you and your significant other, just for two, getting back to you guys' relationship, you getting back into you and how you feel. And because it's like that demic hurt a lot of families. I mean, fractured and just wreak havoc in people's lives. And divorce rate, I don't like my kids, it was just, if that didn't show us and did not teach us something, and if that didn't hurt your mental game, I mean, and we think about a lot of them things about deaths, a lot of us were suicides. I mean, y'all gotta realize that a lot of things are suicide. But let me just read this, and it says things that you should do. You should never expect. We talk about protecting your heart. I know I'm talking about the mental game, but your heart is part of that. So I just want to put it. And it says you should never expect, demand, or assume. We already know about that assuming, because I assumed so many times and I was making an ace out of myself, but we don't want to do that. So things you should know. You should know your limits. If I didn't know my limits, family, so you should know your limit, know where you stand. Y'all know, go where you're celebrated, not where you're tolerated. Look, know your role. Sometimes we get out of our role and we need to get back in our role. And sometimes some of this is like BS, but y'all get what I'm saying. Wherever it fits in your life, family, wherever it fits. Because some things motivate you, some things be like, Viola, I want to hear that crap because I just know what I'm feeling. Y'all get me, but I'm gonna answer. And here it is, things that you don't want to do. You don't want to get affected, you don't want to get jealous, and you don't want to be paranoid, because a lot of us be paranoid. You think I was getting like a little paranoid? I was like, I need to call this therapist, and found that I didn't. But I'm gonna let y'all hear it again. And things we just go with it. Just go with the flow and stay happy. But sometimes you ain't going with some stuff, because sometimes we ain't worrying about going with the flow and everything and all that other stuff. But y'all know what I mean. But I'm gonna let y'all listen to it again, because it's so very important. It's so very important that we know that it's okay. So I'm gonna let you listen to it again. I hope you guys don't mind just listening to it again, and just see if it resonates with you. So here we go. I can't put my grandbaby pictures up, but I just want you guys to hear. So here we go, family.
I'm at the point in my life where I don't want to do anything. Hey girl, sit with me for a minute, because I'm going to help you with this. This is a very normal phase that I like to refer to as restful healing. As a counselor in the field for 18 years and having been exactly where you are, I'm going to help you understand it. Life probably wasn't easy for you, and you probably lived a very chaotic life. And because of that, you developed parts of your personality that helped you to survive. You were probably very driven at one point, highly successful, on the go, and a goal-getter. But now you're finding that you don't want to do the things you once loved. You don't want to communicate with people. You don't want to follow up. You don't want to cook. You don't want to clean. You don't want to put makeup on, because having to take it off at the end of the night is just too much. Cleaning your house or even taking care of responsibilities just seem too overwhelming, and you just don't have the mental energy for it. So you start to think that something's terribly wrong with you, that you're depressed, and that you're never going to get out of this dark place. But this dark place is actually a place of restful healing. And this is where your body starts to recognize that it's safe. It no longer has to have the trauma drive to get you from point A to point B to point C. It now recognizes that everything it once did was to survive, was to make sure that you were safe and that your environment was stable. You've probably done such a good job healing up until this point that you've communicated to your brain that it's okay to rest, because you got it. And because of that, your trauma drive is slowly lessening, which means that your body is coming out of fight or flight, which is giving you the opportunity to just be. We are human beings, not human doings. And so often we base our value based upon what we can externally do. And so I'm sure your self-worth is feeling really tight right now. But I want to let you know that this phase that you're in can be a beautiful phase, because it's at the point in your life where you get to dictate what's coming with you on your next journey. Give yourself permission to just rest. Allow yourself to just be, and give your body the opportunity to catch up with what it wasn't able to do, probably in younger years. So just know that nothing's wrong with you, that you're okay, and that this is actually a really good sign that your body knows that it can finally take that deep breath that it's been wanting to take for all those years. Keep up the good work, babe, because you're healing.
When she said at the end, keep up the good work, you're healing, I was like, what? But anyway, family, that is all. I just want you to hear that part, because we never know, if we're doing the right thing or we're doing the wrong thing. And when my daughter, you see, it says slay her health, because she's slaying her health, family. And if you knew her story, I share her story. I don't know how many videos you've seen. She shared her story, battling being, overweight. And she just walked. My baby just walked, and, she got her mother walking. And that's why y'all hear me always saying, y'all did your 10,000 steps. What time is it? It's about, 10? It's 10 o'clock. Y'all get y'all steps in. Y'all know I'm gonna go walk after this video. But look, family, if y'all got any questions, I'm here. I would love for you to hit the like button. For all those who's watching right now, I would love for you to hit the like button. I would love for you to share this information, because a lot of us needs to hear this information. And this is free. This is a counselor, family. She got 18 years in the game. And she's giving you free. She's giving you something that she probably never heard of. Because I never heard of that. Never heard, you hear about the collateral beauty in all this chaos and stuff. But I was like, so am I doing right? Should I be talking to a counselor? Because when my daughter gave me permission to take that crown off, I was like, I don't know when I want to pick it back up. But family, I'm picking it back up, and I'm getting it done. And, I'm doing everything I need to do. Y'all see, I'm doing live, and don't mind doing live. Look, family, I don't mind doing live. So Daniela says, is that how you're doing? Yes, that's how she started. My daughter started, and she walked. She had a dog at the time. It was her husband's dog, Lily. So she walked, and then she started running. I mean, the child would do 25 miles in a day like it ain't nothing. And I was like, go ahead. But, she incorporated other things. She went vegan, started a vegan journey. And it's like, to me, the rest is history. If you go on her page, Slayer Health, that's her Instagram page that she sent me this video, family. She sent me that video from an Instagram feed, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it because she saw something in me that I didn't see. I'm thinking I'm going in a dark place, and I wasn't. I actually just took the time that I need. I actually, did what I need to do, and I'm asking you, family, and I want you guys to see, it's like, sometimes like we overthink things. We overthink things, and it's really not that bad, especially when you're not used to just taking care of yourself. Because that's one thing I just wasn't doing. I was not used to taking care of myself. And back in 2017, between 2016, 2018, I finally got the taste, family. I'm not gonna lie. I finally got that taste when I was living by myself. No kids. My daughters didn't live with me. Deidre was going to college, and then she moved back in with me, but it was only for like a year and a half. But I actually had a taste for like 6 to 8 months. And in the family, it does take time. It does take time to be an empty nester. It does. It ain't no overnight. Just like when I retired out the military, I still was doing walking military, talking military, hood, this, and saying different things. It took a while. It took almost 3 years, to be honest. It took 3 years. 3 years for me to get out of that. So from 2015 all the way to 2017 into 2018, it took a while to purge that out, to finally learn to be like, so is this how it is to take care of yourself? To only, when you go to a restaurant, it's just you paying one bill. When you in an amusement park, you buying for yourself. Wherever you at, you in the look, you shopping, baby. You shopping, and you don't have to go in your wallet and swipe it to somebody else, or someone asking you for money. Because when I realized that my daughters was all right and they didn't need any money, family, I was like, oh, this is different. Oh, I'm loving this. And to actually cook for yourself, I mean, sit down and cook a one person meal, that's difficult. I don't know if you guys used to it. I don't know if y'all guys, you know, did it, but I'm telling you, it was uplifting. It was like a relief, like whoo. And then it was more of facing that I'm retired. And you really retired? You really doing this? And then I'm like, but I'm so young and I got so much stuff to do. And what about your social life? What about this? What about that? And I had to just, and that can be a mental drain, a mental strain, or it can fracture you too, family. It can just be like, if you don't take it in a good way. So it's so good, it's okay to speak to people about that. It's okay, like they got so many groups on Facebook. There's so many groups in the military that help you with that. That's why you got the family support group. You can always go back there, and there's so many, a wealth of uh places out there, places to go, people to talk to. You don't want to tell everybody your business now. You don't tell everything. Come on, family. Y'all know me. Y'all, you don't tell everything. But yes, Daniela, my daughter's story, she did have it up. She did have a video on Facebook, but she took it down. Everybody, life changes, and then she says she's going to go back and put all that back up. Maybe you can nudge her, because I be saying, look, I call her, she's my Coach Q. Her name is Aquasia, but I call her Quasia. It's Aquasia. But like I said, you can go on Slayer Health, and you can see if the video's there. She has Slayer Health and she has Coach Q. You can look her up on Instagram. The story could be on her Instagram page. I haven't looked, because she had her Instagram. She got well over like 30,000 to 50,000 subscribers, well, supporters. And you can probably see it in her feed, or you can hit her up. She'll share her story. She'll tell you. She'll tell you how she helped her mama. She'll tell you, because like I said, that's my rock. That's my rock. And it's bad because when we grew up, when I was, when I was rearing her up in the military, it was a little hard, because to her, she, grew up too fast. I didn't let her be a kid, because being in the military as a single parent is like rough. It is rough. And I don't recommend it on nobody unless you have a good family support group. And I had an excellent family support group, family, but it is rough. But she grew up too fast, and she's like, she didn't really get to be a kid. And sometimes that bothers me. But, I can say, you make your mistakes. You just know that you're not going to do it again, do it again. And then my children, 8 years apart. So you already know my oldest took care of my youngest. And you know how it is, family. You know how it is there's ain't no rules to this. There's no rules to this game. Ain't no rules to mental health. It ain't no rules to how you know if you fractured. It ain't no rules to you really knowing you. It ain't no rules to, am I really listening to my body? Am I protecting my heart? Is my mind right? Am I overthinking? Can I relax? Can I rest? Because even to this day, family, I meditate, and it's hard for me to relax. But guess what I do? I stick with it. Because I said I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna get better, because if you continuously do it, you're gonna slowly heal. Like the video, you're slowly healing. You're slowly in this beautiful phase. So I want us all in this beautiful phase. Because I love it. I love the beautiful phase. That's why I put my yellow shirt on, because I was like, I want to be a red sun. Like, I'm always sending you guys positive vibes. So look, if you guys, I don't know if she has a YouTube page, but if you pull up Slayer Health or Aquasia Sneed, you'll probably see it. And she's one of my subscribers. But I will go to her YouTube page, Daniela. Go to her YouTube page. But look, family, if y'all got any questions, I know it's been an hour, and I'm hoping you really take this information to heart, because, like I said, I'm not a therapist. Not a therapist, but a lot of stuff we go through, family. A lot of stuff we go through, and it either is going to make us or break us. And a lot of times, a lot of things almost took me out the game. I can admit that a lot of things almost took me out the game, but guess what? Nope. because I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna make sure that dog keep on biting. I'm gonna make sure. But if anybody has, oh, you said okay, okay. You said you see her. Okay, yes, she is on. My daughter Quasia, she is on YouTube. My daughter Deidre is on. They both have Instagram and they both have Facebook pages. So I don't know if you've seen that, but and I wanted to reiterate with them solid wars. Y'all know how we will sit someplace and we're battling within because we don't speak up for ourselves. And when we don't speak up for ourselves, that gives other people permission to treat us like crap or treat them how we think we're portraying something and we're actually sending out something false because we're not really for the bullshit, but we eat it and we having a solid one within, and it's like no, so be you, be the real you, show yourself, because sometimes we don't. Sometimes we'll be saying yes to all this crap that we don't even agree to. And I'm not saying like you watching a football game or watching sports with your spouse, that's something different because they know that sometimes we're not with it or sometimes we love it. Because I love watching football. Because me, football, basketball, because look, I root for the colors. I know you root for the colors, yes. If I see a color and I be like, that team gonna win, and I be going for the colors, and most look, 8 times 10 look out of how can I put this? Y'all say 9 out of 10, out of 7 out of 10, I win because of the colors. It's right, and I be like, oh, I got a system. No, I don't bet money. I don't bet money. I don't bet money. I don't play that. But family, look, if anybody have any questions, I want to make sure that I am answering questions because like right now, and it's still to when I was little, the haves and have not, I want to throw that out there. Y'all know how, with this mental game being played when we watch TV, the haves and haves nots, you see the rich children wearing flip-flops, some no-name jeans or some a t-shirt and some shorts. And then we get our kids and they want the name, and it be this kid's last name, the rich kid's last name on your kids. Same game when we got older. Me, like back in the day with Sassoons and Guess jeans and all the other stuff. And it's like same thing now. The haves and haves not could play a bad mental game on us. And we trying to be something we're not. Like I said, have this solid war with your kids and you spending all this money instead of just sitting them down and says, look, mommy, I can't show this paper. I got there we go. Real quick. I said, look, real quick. I'm like, I know you're probably zooming out. I don't care. You be like, mama got some bills that she got to pay, mama and daddy, and this is what we doing. This is why I say turn electric off, don't run my lights. We got to sit down and be honest with them. We have to. Because sometimes they'll get it into them and be like, well, yeah, I am being a spoiled brat. No, I don't. I may not need a new Apple Watch. I may not need the updated computer. And then they'll be a little more sensitive because sometimes we just put this false reality out here and to spend all this money and then we hurt ourselves. That's our silent war. Be like, dang, did I really spend all that on Christmas or that birthday party? Sometimes it's cheaper to just go out to a movie or just go to dinner. It'd be cheaper. Or just have a cake in the house, a vegetable cake or a fruit cake, not a fruit cake, but actual watermelon. Y'all can cut the watermelon and have everybody with individual watermelon slices. You be like, oh, this is different. This is good. Yeah, I know I gotta say something crazy because I ain't trying to tell you eat no cake. Y'all know. But anyway, family, if y'all don't have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end the live. I just want to make sure that we just really get to know ourselves, really listen to ourselves, because a lot of us, we don't know to what point that we actually need that help. Because actually everybody needs that help, but it just depends on what type of help, because some of us don't have the best advice. Sometimes you don't have the best advice, and sometimes it's good to be, like I said, the pillow when they just need to lay down or lay on your shoulder or just lay on your chest. But like I said, this whole video was because my daughter sent me that clip and I was like, I am mommy not going crazy. She's not being back depressed or whatever. And because I'm actually feeling good, family. I was like, whoo, my crown was a little crooked and I took it off for a little while. And you need to do the same thing, family. You need to do the same thing. Don't think you can just do everything, because ain't no such thing as we do everything. You gotta, how you say, delegate and ask for help. And that's one thing I just wasn't doing. So you have to ask for help. So, but if nobody got questions, I'm going to go ahead and just end the video. Go around one more time. Anybody got questions? All right. All right. But listen to it again, family. If you want, you can go on Quasia's Facebook page and that video is there. It's no way. It's on my, look, y'all already know my Instagram got hacked. I didn't put it back up there, but I'm going to put it back up there. Matter of fact, that's a TikTok video. So matter of fact, that's a TikTok video. My bad. So you guys, if y'all want, go on my daughter's TikTok and slay your health and support her. I can say support her. So, and you're going to see a lot of things, because she is the one that got me into, this whole herbal, the whole thing. The whole thing was Quasia introduced me to Kareem, and like I said, the rest is history. And look, I grateful. You're talking about gratitude, grateful. I am so thankful, So if anybody don't have any questions, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. So just watch your mental game, family. Watch your mental game, because look, we gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta take care of ourselves, and it's always good to learn more and more about ourselves. Ask those questions and get them answers, because the answers are within, family. All them answers within. They ain't up in that sky. Ain't up in that sky. I know you didn't want to hear that. I know you didn't want to hear that, but ain't nothing up in that sky but beauty. Beauty. You need to be looking up at the beauty, family. The beauty. That's what's up in that sky. All right, family. I'm gonna go. I'm Herbalist Viola. You guys have a great day. Peace, family.